Hi everyone, Nigel Saunders here. Today I'm going to be working on this eastern white cedar, or Thuja occidentalis. I got this tree from Connor many years ago, and it's definitely been a styling challenge. It's quite an unusual tree, but it's very old and ancient looking, and today I'm going to prune it up. Here is a look at the tree. So I chose this as the front last time. Yeah, so it's kind of got a slanting style trunk. It has two branches at the back that kind of wrap around each other. It's got a fairly good root base on it. It's looking good. And it grew well over the summer. I grew it with a tray of water underneath to keep it hydrated in the hot summer. And yeah, it did quite well. You can see it's getting its fall colors now. The green is kind of faded. Yeah, so it's a good time to work on it while the tree is dormant. There is a close-up look at the tree in the sun. Yeah, so it's got quite an interesting shape to it. It looks old and ancient, which is really nice. I'm having a look at the tree now, so I can definitely work on some of the deadwood. And you can see it grew fairly well over the summer. I think it could use maybe a slightly bigger pot. It's hard to say. There's a lot of foliage that's cascading down at the back here that I don't think is very nice. I think, I want to prune that away, keeping the trunk kind of clean. And yeah, so I'll be pruning all this foliage back. I've been looking at the apex of the tree, trying to decide if I, need to make any big changes, if I need to cut the top off. This kind of slanting trunk, I used to have a trunk back here that I took off. It just, to get more taper and movement to the tree. It was starting to look a little smooth looking in that section. So I still think the front is a good front on the tree. I thought about, instead of this being the front with the tree coming towards you, making it more of a slanting style, showing off the slanting trunk. It's another possibility, but I have this nice root here that I like to show off. It kind of flares out nicely, so I think this is the nicest view for the root base and the base of the trunk. It's not bad in the side view either. Maybe somewhere in between. If I moved my front slightly, I could maybe get the best of both worlds. Something like about there. On an old tree like this, all your new growth, you don't want to just grow it rapidly or it just gets kind of long and straight without taper and movement. And I want to continue the taper and movement of the tree. So I'm just looking at my apex here. I think it's looking okay. It's getting maybe a little straight in this section. I could take the top off and grow this branch as the new apex. I don't want this tree getting too big either. I kind of want to keep it short and compact. Well, I think I'll start pruning up this back branch, or branches, and then I'll think about the top here. Okay, so I'm going to prune this up. It's very interesting, these two branches, the way they kind of wrap around each other. There's lots of movement, and all this hanging foliage kind of hides it, so I'm going to prune that away. I hear the kitties outside. I think Jones wants to come in. Do you want to come in, Jones? You coming in? Come on. The door's here. Come on, Jonesy. Here he comes. Hi. Hi, Jones. How's it going? Good to see ya. Yeah, you're out and about again today, eh? Oh, you like it in the greenhouse here, don't you? Yeah, you're a fine-looking cat. You stay out of there. That's not a litter box. Lots of stuff to smell in here, eh? Yeah, don't walk amongst the trees. That's not a place to walk. You gotta just stay in the aisleways, like I do. Hey, you just gotta stay in the aisleways. You're gonna hop up on the bench? Oh, Jonesy. I don't know if you're allowed up there either. I guess you can. Just don't touch the trees. All right, well, I guess you can stay in for a bit. Hey, leave my glasses alone. He steals everything, this cat. He steals people's toothbrushes and glasses. Don't you? You're a bit of a thief. Eh? A bit of a rascal. You're a good-looking cat, though. Hmm? Yeah. Yeah, I think I've got a good upright shoot here. So I think this bottom branch is alive, but it's pretty weak. And I don't think I need it. I think I'm going to prune that away. I'll leave a bit of a stub. Like that. And I got lots of hanging branches. Yeah, I think I'll take this one back. I'll keep it alive, but I'll take it back. This one, I got multiple branches coming from one spot here. Actually, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 branches growing from one spot. So I'm definitely taking this cascade one off. So that is gone. And this part of this cascade one can come off here. So that has opened it up a bit. I wouldn't say that's done yet, but it's a start. Now, I've got a branch kind of pointing back in towards the main tree here. I don't think I want that. I'm going to take that one off. So that's gone. And there's another one back here. I think I will also take that one out. Cleaning up those branch lines. And I don't want the branches to be, smooth and flowing, but I do want them to have a reasonable direction. So now on this branch, I think let's still have like 3 branches growing from this one. This branch is growing over top of this one, so I'm going to take this one off, or at least prune it back like that. I can reduce the tip on this one. Pinch the tip on this one. Pinch the tip on here. Pinch this one and pinch this one. That makes it a little more compact. I could even, on this one, take out the central leader of that branch. Okay, I have a branch here coming off of this upright branch that's growing over top of this one and back towards the main tree. I'm going to take that one off. Or I have another branch coming on. I'll reduce it to this branch, maybe keeping this part. I have one growing from this way back here that I'm going to take off totally. It's growing across the whole rear branch structure. So this one here. So I am above now, and I have a lot of branches. Instead of flowing outwards, there's a lot of branches crossing over the other branches. So I think I either need to shorten them or prune them right away or right out. And I think I can take this one off. It's just crossing everything. This one can be redirected. Here's a look at that branch now. So yeah, lots of interest in it. Well, I wouldn't say I'm done yet. I've still got a lot of pruning to do here. But it's getting there. Okay, more pruning coming. I hadn't decided about the tip on this one if I wanted to flatten the branch out. Yeah, I'm still not sure. This one can be reduced back. Let's see, I got some strong foliage here. This one can be reduced back. This one too. Tip off this one. This one's getting too long. These ones need pinching. Maybe even pruning. I think I better take the tip off this one. It's going a little tall. I could even take it back a bit further to there. This one, it's getting a little long and straight, and I do have some good branching back here, so I'm going to reduce it even further back to here. This one I'll take the tip off here. This one, should I take this tip off? Yeah, I think so. Keep that branch a little flatter. And maybe even this one too. I'm going to take it back to the shoot. Way back, flattening that out. Yeah, I think that looks a little better. Okay, I'm going to come back to this maybe in the future. I'm going to start on the main part of the tree now. I'm looking at the apex of this tree. You can see from here up to here, it's quite straight. And I would like kind of a change of direction, if possible. And I don't really have, from the front, I don't really have a lot of options. I've got kind of that straight section. I have a branch at the back here. I've got one out the front. I've got one to the side here, one to the side here. I mean, I could prune the tip off. That wouldn't hurt. Or just reduce it back. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just a matter of how tall do I want to grow this. It's possible I could do a dramatic cut, keeping this branch as my leader here. That would certainly shorten the top of the tree and give me a change of direction. Or I could take this off and grow this up as my new leader. There's some branches here that are good. I do have a bit of a change of direction up here, but I'm worried that, this section doesn't have a lot of taper and not a lot of movement. And I think, for such a dramatic trunk, I need something going on there. So I need to evaluate all my options. This branch is kind of coming straight out the front, which isn't so good unless, as I said, if I want to make that the leader. If I go more for a side view like this, I could cut off, keep that back branch as my leader, kind of have it go back. It's an interesting problem. It's a big cut if I do it. big cut. But I think something needs to be done, as I said, in this section. It's just kind of a bit straight. It's getting too tall. If I took it off here, it gives me some options for the future. If I just took the top off, it doesn't really change it much. It doesn't change this section. Well, if I did cut that top off, I don't think it would be the worst thing in the world, because from this view, I've got a couple of branches here. I think that's what I'm going to have to do. And I'll leave a stub for deadwood here, and then develop kind of a new apex. And I think, you know, it'll be more twisty. I think that's the solution. I don't see another one other than just kind of living with this straight section. And I think the tree's getting too tall. Okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to take the top off. It's a big cut, and it's a little scary because it's a pretty dramatic change to the tree, and I'm taking a lot of foliage off. But here I go. I'll go to the top of this straight section, and then I'll make it deadwood. So here I go, a big cut coming up. Here I go. Click. It's done. Oh my goodness. What have I done? Let's see. Well, I've definitely shortened it, and I think it will achieve. You can see this section is much shorter now. It'll have taper and movement. So I'm not going to touch these branches because I've done that big cut there. I'm just going to let them grow. If I prune all these back, the worst case scenario, if I kill the whole tree, and I don't want that to happen. Oh, cat wants in. So I'm just going to leave it. I will seal my cut on the top with rubber cement. Okay, so here I go. Sealing it up. And then, once everything's recovering, I will make that like a gin, or make it look a little more natural on the top. Now, I could do some deadwood work today on some of these branches I've killed off in the past. I'll start on this branch, and you can see the tip has the bark removed, and then there's bark going back. And I like that on deadwood, where you have bark on it, and then a transition to deadwood at the tip. So I'm just going to get the pliers, and I'll just kind of make this cut look a little more natural. I don't think I have to do too much work on it. Just kind of tear it back a bit. Like that. Just so it doesn't look like it was cut off. It looks a little more like a broken nature. I think that's good there. Then I can do this stub here. It's quite a big one. So this one, I'll do some cuts. So I'll come in and I'll just kind of, usually you kind of put a cross in the end. You see it kind of splitting there naturally. Then you get your gin pliers and you kind of peel it back. There's a nice natural break there. like that. That's one section done, and then I can peel some off the bottom here, some off the top. And if you're ever out on a walk, study, dead limbs on trees, how they break, and you'll get a good idea of, what looks natural and what doesn't. Peel this back a bit there. That, and I think this is looking pretty good now. It's a little pointy at the tip, but we will fix that. Still too pointy at the tip. It's got to look like a break. I think that's pretty good. I think that looks fairly natural. There's a few other ones like this one. I can just kind of break the tip a bit. Something like that looks good. And then I have one back here. Again, I'll do a bit of deadwood work on it. Looks pretty good there. This one, I can do a little bit of work on that one. The one above it here. That looks good. Okay. I've got two on the main trunk here that I can work on too. So there's a look at those two on the main trunk. So let's start with this one. I don't think I'll have to do too much on it. It's looking quite good already. Yeah, I think that looks fine. This one I can do a little work on. Like that's good. And this one, you can see it's just been cut off. So we need to come in and make it look like a break. And sometimes breaking it with the pliers is just the best way to do it, so it looks totally natural. I think that's okay. That looks good. There's one under here that was cut off. I can get that one a bit better. Okay, That looks good. I could just work on this one a bit more there. That one's fine. Yeah, I think that's got the deadwood roughed up so it looks like natural breaks. I think that's all the work I'll be doing to the tree for today. So here's the front, somewhere in here, coming around to the right hand side, which could become the front someday. That one could use a little bit of work there, that tip, but that's okay. Coming around to the back. Left hand side. And back to the front. I was looking at the styling from the distance, and I can see maybe someday even killing off that whole back branch and just developing this part. It's a possibility. The other possibility, I have the two branches kind of wrapping around each other, is one could become deadwood. So you'd have the living branch kind of wrapping around the deadwood. That's another possibility. But that's for the future. Here is a look at the tree. So there it is from above. All the branches have light. There's my new kind of apex on the tree. Shorter. It'll have more interesting movement. Yeah, it's quite a nice looking tree, this. I think anyway, it's very ancient looking. I'll have to get this foliage sorted out up here eventually, but that'll come in the future. So here is what I took off the tree today. So, you know, a fair amount, especially that big top of it. That was a big cut, and the rest was just branches, trimming them back. A few other major cuts. Yeah, so we'll let it grow now. Let that apex kind of strengthen up, and then there'll be more work coming on it in the future. That has got my ancient cedar pruned up for today. I think I'll have to find a nice pot for it. This is a nice pot, but I don't think it's the perfect pot. And I have to replant it in the new, with the new front to the front of the pot. I've seen cedars in sort of reddish tone pots. They look really good. It kind of matches the coloring of the cedar. A gray pot could look quite good too. Yeah, it's something I'll have to play around with in the future. But I'm looking forward to, you know, developing this tree far into the future. I think it has a lot of potential. It's a very interesting looking tree. So that is all for today. I'm Nigel Saunders. Thanks for joining me in the Bonsai Zone.